The third topic is seeking relevant information. Seeking relevant information is data that can be applied to solve a problem. It's very, very straightforward, no? That you need information for you to resolve a certain problem or a certain issue. Siguro let me share, a bit of a story again that recently happened. My wife and I were in Estancia Mall a couple of months ago, as we normally go there every Saturday. But on this particular Saturday, it was a little bit different. My son was with his friends going around, and my wife and I were window shopping. And then I get a call or a message from my son via Facebook Messenger saying that a dog bit him. And if you know Estancia Mall, there's a lot of owners who bring their dogs into the mall. So immediately I asked him where he was bitten. So it was at the lower part of the left leg. And where he was. So he was near the basement restaurant area. So my wife and I hurriedly went down to him and immediately picked him up and brought him to the nearest hospital. Because, we were not sure if the dog was rabid or, di ba, hindi nakakasigurado, so we just wanted to make sure. So we brought our son to Medical City. And when the doctors checked the bite mark, there was penetration of the skin. So just to be safe, they needed to vaccinate him for anti-tetanus because yung saliva pala ng aso minsan madumi kasi kung ano-anong dinidilaan at saka kinakain, and anti-rabies. And anti-rabies, his anti-rabies shot, was for I think 3 or 4 consecutive weeks. And then on Sunday, we decided, since we're going to church right after church in Estancia Mall again, we decided to gather relevant information. So we went to the concierge of the mall and asked for an audience with their security. And they were very gracious naman. Mabait naman sila. So they asked us for information about when it happened, what time it happened, and then what's the exact location so that they can locate the CCTV. So they brought us to the security area and they showed us relevant information about the dog, the handler, and the owner of the dog. So we were watching the CCTV, and there was it seemed to be a helper because we noticed that the dog owners were eating at the nearby at a close by restaurant, and there was this lady in shorts and in a t-shirt holding the dog via a leash, and she was just playing on her cell phone. And in the CCTV, you can see my son and his friend walk over to the dog. And while they were walking over to the dog, a corgi, just suddenly lunged on his lower leg. And the handler, or the person holding the dog, did not do anything. She was just looking at my son while my son was jumping up and down in pain. And for a few seconds, and then he was off the grid of the camera because he went to a nearby spot where he can check if the bite penetrated his jeans. And it was then that he called us, and then we picked him up. So by the time we got there, the dog handler was not there anymore. She did not even bother checking on my son. And when we followed the CCTV, she went with what seems to be a couple from a close-by restaurant, and they headed off to to the parking lot, to the car. And from the demeanor, it seems that they were just very casual. So there's nothing. I don't think that the handler shared the experience of the dog biting somebody to the couple, and I think the couple seems like they're the owners. And the CCTV even captured the plate number and the car make of the vehicle as it, very casually left the parking, left the building. Now, after that, we had to seek relevant information about the legality of what happened. So I called up a friend of mine who's a judge, and he gave me all of the law about dog bites and how the owner of the dog is liable and they should be paying for whatever injury and hospitalization bills and all of that, right? So I sought relevant information because I did not want to guess. I did not want to assume. So apart from that, I was advised to log a complaint in the barangay, to log a complaint in the police. So which we did. But long story short, we found out after we got the plate number blotter that the person lives all the way in Alabang. So I think he was just visiting, or the couple was just visiting. But anyway, the gist of the story is that, after the incident, we needed to collect relevant information. Information that can help us solve what happened to my son when he got bit, and also to figure out what our rights are. We could have just simply assumed, but we decided no. For us to have the proper problem-solving approach, we needed to get relevant information. So that's just an example of a recent example of gathering relevant information that can be applied to solve a problem. What is relevant? Why is relevant information important? If our organization wants to make decisions based on facts, having actionable data, it empowers you, the leader, to answer the question why. Because if you don't have relevant data, then you're treading on assumptions, and assumptions can be very dangerous in the decision-making process of a leader. To be crystal clear, relevant information has to be indisputable. So that's why we got two sources of indisputable and relevant information. So one was the CCTV, because that's indisputable, that there was the video of the handler and the video of the couple and the video of the car, and the other relevant information was the one that I gathered from the judge. So we need to make sure, before we even come close to the problem-solving process, we need to make sure that we always have relevant information on hand. Relevant information comes in basically three hierarchies. Data by itself is useless. Just pure data, is useless. According to one of my past managers, knowledge is data and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. So that you need to collect data, and you need to find relationships between the data points. Documenting the day, the time, and the duration it rained during the rainy season is an example of a data set. So just looking at the day, the time, and the duration doesn't mean much. Knowledge is getting data and finding relationships between them so that they become useful. Knowledge is getting the data and finding relationships between the data to make it useful. For example, relating the rainy season with the quality of harvest can be looked at as knowledge. Diba? When it's raining, what is the yield of the crops? Is it higher? Is it lower? And then what season of the year do we have better crops according to the data? After you have knowledge, the third level or the third step in the relevant information hierarchy is relevance. Relevance is making the data or knowledge useful. Finding out how to get more crops even when there is not a lot of rain, taking into account how the soil can better retain water. So this makes for relevant discussion. This makes for relevant thinking or ideation. How to make seeds more resilient to weather. That takes knowledge and makes it relevant to the current situation. In your particular job, what data points do you gather to come up with relevant knowledge? Let me start with mine. Some of the data points I review with HR every month is regrettable attrition versus last year and the last 6 months. Training man hours conducted versus planned. Number of leadership development programs planned versus conducted. For business development, it could be the number of new leads generated per month versus last year. Lead conversion percentage versus target versus last year. So it can be a whole host of things. But again, for data to become usable, it has to be turned into a knowledge. And you can only turn it into a knowledge kung kino-compare mo siya. Kasi a number that stands alone, like December 25, a number that stands alone, or 3,000 pesos, doesn't mean anything. It has to be put into context by comparing it to something else.